Finance Committee will come to order. And beginning our session, I'd first like to congratulate Senator Hatch, who will be the upcoming chairman of the Senate Finance Committee. I'm going to have more to say about Senator Hatch when we have the tax bills on the floor of the Senate
That's
here.
what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it's certainly an ominous time for you. And suffice it to say, Senator Hatch is going to continue the long tradition of bipartisanship that has been the hallmark of the Finance Committee. And the Finance Committee is going to remain the go-to place for developing economic policies that make people's lives better in both Oregon and Utah and across the country. And Senator Hatch, as I said, I'll throw some more bouquets on the floor, but I wanted you to know that as we begin.
I think that's enough bouquets.
You're done? Okay. Well, you'll have to take a few more. Today, we're going to examine in particular the question of retirement and the gap between what people would like to enjoy and what, unfortunately, is the reality for so many Americans, and particularly older women. People who had dreams of well-earned relaxation, travel to visit loved ones in faraway destinations, and every day, instead of having that, they're walking on economic tightrope, trying to balance the food costs against the fuel costs and the fuel costs against the medical bills, and any unexpected occurrence can, in effect, push them off that tightrope. According to the Census Bureau, retired women are nearly twice as likely as retired men to live in poverty. And data from 2011 shows that women are falling deeper into poverty much more quickly than men. Instead of that worry-free ideal that I mentioned, those women are, in effect, simply trying to find a way to pay for the essentials, and their experiences stand in stark contrast to the national trend of seniors living a middle-class life. So this is a growing crisis fed by a confluence of factors, a number of which do not begin at age 65. Employed women earned about 78 cents on the dollar compared to men, and they are more likely to leave a job or cut back on hours to care for children or older parents. So in many instances, they have little or no savings. According to the Social Security Administration, millions of women, far more than men, depend on Social Security for nearly all of their income when they retire. And because women live longer on average, their savings accounts get squeezed at both ends. So the real question that we're going to pursue today is the Social Security safety net, which keeps 15 million older people, including 9 million women, from tumbling into poverty, is it strong enough? Are there holes in the safety net? Are there ideas that on a bipartisan basis this committee can pursue to strengthen the economic hand of so many vulnerable older women? To help illustrate how the crisis impacts women nationwide, we're very fortunate to be joined by Barbara Perrin of Eugene, Oregon. She worked hard, she planned for her retirement, did her best to save, and as we talked about a little bit ago, she really just got hit by an economic wrecking ball. She was in a situation where her mortgage was underwater, where she was divorced, and she had been raising a child who I gather is now grown. Her industry changed literally, under her feet. And what I like so much about Barbara is she's a real fighter. We got together in Eugene on a retirement discussion program, and I just walked away and said, she's something else. And that's why we wanted to have her come today, and she's going to talk about what women are faced with. So we're going to kick this discussion into high gear now to look at how women can have greater financial security. We've got an expert panel of witnesses who are going to shed light on several ways to strengthen the safety net. One proposal that will be discussed is boosting the Social Security benefits for women who outlive their spouses. Another would give caregiver credits for individuals who leave their jobs to take care of children or disabled or elderly family members. And with those credits, caring for a loved one would no longer come at the cost of a reduced Social Security benefit later in life. Two other ideas are one that would close the gap between disabled widows or widowers and others who receive Social Security disability. That concept would look at ending benefit reductions, time limits, and other restrictions. And finally, there has been interest in revising student benefit rules and removing gender bias from Social Security so that couples and their kids, regardless of gender, could get equal benefits. So this is an important hearing. This will be my last hearing as a chair, and I want our panel members to know that why I thought this was so important is this really goes back to my roots. I was co-director of the Oregon Gray Panthers for many years. Barbara and I were talking about that, beforehand. And what this election was about is talking about people, real people, not polls and theories and the like, but talking about what it's like for real people. And we're going to have a chance to do that today because of all of you. And we're going to tackle these issues in a bipartisan way.